All right, let's go over the second example on the homework. You notice again, I have my steps off to the side here, and I have my rules of rotation too, in case I need them. So, for this one, I'm going to be rotating about 1, -2. Now, something I didn't do in the other video, which I really should have done, is plot that point. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to go to 1, -2, and this is where I'm going to be rotating everything around. I'm going to do this one, and let's see. Well, first I'm going to label my points. It's always good to do that. A1, B1. Or actually, going to get rid of those ones. Just going to call them A, B, and C for now. My new ones are going to have those. It's good to get those coordinates down. A is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6, 6, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6, 5, excuse me. Well, it's good to double check yourself. B, I've got 1, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, -4. And then for C, I've got -2, -2. So these are the points I'm going to be rotating. Again, don't think of it as a whole shape. Think of it as one point at a time. At least that's what helps me. So I'm going to start with point A. I'm going to do that. I'll do it right down here. So I start out with my coordinates, 6, 5. Step 1, subtract the rotation point. So I'm going to do -1, -2. And the reason is, essentially what I'm doing is I'm creating a new little coordinate grid here that I'm going to be rotating around. That's essentially what I'm doing here. And some people can visualize this easier than others, so that's why I like to do it out in steps. So again, step 1, subtract the rotation point. 5, and I get +7. Next, transform your new point. Now I'm going 90 degrees counterclockwise. So if I look at my rule here, 90 degrees counterclockwise, swap coordinates, new x becomes opposite. So I'm going to swap these. I'm going to get 7, 5, and now my x becomes the opposite. So it's going to be -7, 5. Step 3, add the rotation point back. So I'm just going to create a little bit more room here. So now my rotation point, which was 1, -2, I'm going to add it back in. +1 plus -2. It's going to be a -6, +3. So you know what I'm going to do here? I'm going to go to -6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, up to 3, 1, 2, 3. I'm going to call this A1. Okay, so I've got my first point. I'm going to do my second one now, which is B. So I'm going to take A here. I'm just going to slide it over. Now I'm going to do B. And hopefully you're following along. Make sure you're doing these along with me. It can be very helpful. So I'm going to start my coordinates, 1, -4. Step 1, subtract the rotation point. So my rotation point is 1, -2. So I'm going to do -1, -2. Gets me 0, -2. Just double check. Good. So it's good to double check your work. So now, step 2, transform my new point, or rotate my new point essentially. So I'm going to swap it, -2, 0. And if it's counterclockwise, swap coordinates, new x becomes the opposite. So that's going to give me +2, 0. Last step, add that rotation point back in, +1 plus -2. That gets me to 3, -2. So now I'm going to go to 3, 1, 2, 3, -2. I'm going to plot my new point here. So I'm off to a good start. This is good. I'm going to call this B1. Now I've only got 1 point left. Now, I know some people might be able to visualize it from here on in, saying, oh, okay, I got the 2 points, I can go with the third one. Me, I like to actually do it out. Maybe you don't have to. So again, I'm going to do the same thing. It's good for practice anyway. So subtract my rotation point, -1, -2. Gets me a -3, and that gets me to 0. Again, time to transform or rotate, 0, -3. Now it tells me that my x becomes my opposite. My new x is the opposite. Well, opposite of 0 is 0, so I mean, you don't have to do anything there. That's kind of cool. So So now I'm going to add my rotation point back in. Plus plus 1. Plus -2. That gets me to 1, -5. So I can graph my new point. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh boy. It's getting a little messy, but that's okay. I have to get rid of my little B here.
Would Q Beaver Hatter please report to the main office at this time? Q Beaver Hatter. Thank you.
Okay, so now I've got my points and I can connect them and I got a triangle. And this triangle is rotated 90 degrees counterclockwise about my point here. So I can even color it in if I want. I like to do that. So again, this can be very helpful if you have trouble visualizing this stuff. Just going one point at a time and doing these rotation, using these steps, it can be very helpful. So hopefully this helps. I'll be doing some videos to cover the other two examples as well. Good luck.